You might not recognize his name, but you've seen his face more times than you can count. In the golden age of television, there were stars, and then there were legends who quietly held everything together. Today, the entertainment world says goodbye to one of those legends. Tom Troupe, an actor who defined an era without ever demanding the spotlight, has passed away at 97. His death didn't spark trending hashtags or front-page headlines, but for those who knew, for those who remember the rhythm of 1960s sitcoms and the electric pulse of 70s and 80s dramas, this loss hits different. This wasn't just another actor. Tom Troupe was a part of television's DNA, and yet his story is one you probably never heard in full until now. He didn't chase fame, but it found him anyway. If you tuned into Star Trek, Cheers, Mission Impossible, or dozens of other classics, you've seen Tom Troupe, not in the flashy lead role, but in the unforgettable one-liner, the emotionally charged monologue, the face that appeared just long enough to make you feel something and then was gone. Troupe was never the star, but he was always essential. A chameleon in the best way. He played cops, crooks, neighbors, soldiers, and fathers. He was the kind of actor producers trusted to deliver, and that quiet consistency turned him into one of the most respected names behind the scenes. But how did this quiet legend get his start? To understand that, you have to go back to Missouri. Born July 15, 1928, in North Kansas City, Missouri, Tom didn't come from the glitter of showbiz, but he had grit and curiosity. After high school, he moved to New York in 1948 not for fame, but to learn. He earned a scholarship to study under the legendary Uta Hagen, one of Broadway's most influential acting coaches. Her students? Just names like Al Pacino, Jack Lemmon, and Matthew Broderick. But before his career could take off, duty called. Tom served in the Korean War and didn't just serve, he earned a Bronze Star for bravery. When he returned, he didn't waste time. In 1957, he made his Broadway debut playing Peter Van Dawn in The Diary of Anne Frank. It was a role that demanded compassion, restraint, and emotional intelligence, qualities that would define his career. 1 year later, he packed up for Los Angeles. The move wasn't glamorous, but it was decisive. And it paid off. Within months, he started landing roles in episodic television. And not just once or twice, Tom Troupe became a fixture across more than 75 iconic shows. From the sci-fi drama of The Fugitive, to the raw energy of Cagney and Lacey, to the comedic timing of Frasier, Troupe could do it all. He didn't stick to one lane. He was equally believable as a straight-faced detective or a quirky neighbor. Casting directors loved him because he fit. He brought weight to every scene, even when he was just passing through. His film credits were just as eclectic: The Big Fisherman, Summer School, The Devil's Brigade, and the indie hit My Own Private Idaho. But to fans of a certain generation, it was his TV work that stuck. If you asked Tom what mattered most, it wasn't the credits or accolades. It was Carole. In 1964, he married actress Carole Cook. Their love story wasn't made for tabloids, it was made for the stage. And that's exactly where they shined together. They performed in The Lion in Winter, The Gin Game, Father's Day, intense, character-driven plays that allowed both of them to stretch and shine. Hollywood marriages rarely last. Theirs did for nearly 6 decades. In 2002, they received the LA Ovation Award for Career Achievement. Together, the industry saw them not just as talented individuals, but as a duo built on love, respect, and endless creativity. But love like that always comes with a cost. Carole Cook passed away in 2023. For Tom, it was more than the loss of a partner, it was the closing of a chapter. And yet, he continued on, quietly, surrounded by family. On July 20, 2025, Tom Troupe died peacefully at home. He was 97. There were no dramatic last moments. No headlines screaming breaking news. Just peace, dignity, legacy. His nephew, Mark Kochenauer, shared the news with a heartfelt message. He had a lovely, full life and an equally graceful departure. His dear son, Christopher, was with him. That gave them both peace. His longtime publicist confirmed the cause was natural. Quiet. Like everything else about Tom's exit, the public response wasn't viral. It was personal. One friend posted a photo of them smiling together, writing, "Tom was a brilliant actor and a devoted husband. We miss your jokes, your stories, and your true friendship." Entertainment reporter George Pinocchio said it best: "You may not know his name, but Tom Troupe performed for decades on Broadway, on TV, and in film. Even the I Love Lucy fan community honored him." The Lucy Lounge wrote, "Tom and Carole were one of show business's most devoted couples. These weren't empty tributes. They were love letters from people who understood the gravity of his work, his character, and his heart." What made Tom Troupe special wasn't just the work, it was the way he treated it. He didn't chase celebrity. He pursued craft. He didn't care about trends or gossip or being in the spotlight. He cared about the truth of a moment, the honesty of a performance. He was, in every sense, an actor's actor. The industry is full of stars, but it's built by craftsmen like Tom Troupe, the ones who show up, do the work, and make everyone else better in the process. He was the glue behind the scenes, a master of subtlety in a business obsessed with noise. His career spanned more than 6 decades, and yet he never once let ego get in the way of excellence. Tom Troupe didn't need a blockbuster to leave a mark. He didn't need headlines to be unforgettable. His legacy is stitched into the fabric of American storytelling. In every black and white rerun, in every late-night TV marathon, in every actor he quietly mentored just by showing how it's done. He was a veteran, a father, a husband, and a master of his craft. And now, as the curtains fall one final time, we're left with something rare, an artist who never asked to be remembered, but absolutely deserves to be. So the next time you catch an old episode of Cheers, or hear the opening credits of Frasier, pause, look a little closer. You just might catch a glimpse of Tom Troupe doing what he always did, making everyone else shine. Rest in peace, Tom, and thank you for everything.